Good morning. It is Monday, and this is my happy half hour. My name is Bonnie Sachs, and I am here every Monday morning. As you can see, I am back home. Last week, I was actually in Fort Lauderdale and doing my happy half hour in the hotel room, which was really interesting and different. And now I am back home. Welcome, David. Welcome, Dana. Everybody who is going to be joining us. I'm really excited this morning to have this conversation with my happy half hour because I actually have been in conversation with two different people this weekend. They keep texting me. They're two people that I actually have not met in person, and other than these conversations, I didn't know them. And we have been talking back and forth on Messenger, and they've been asking me a number of questions. I was like, those are awesome questions, and I'm really excited to be talking about them. The first question is, what makes me tick? What a great question. What makes me tick? Good morning, Aaron, or good afternoon, Aaron, since you are still in Vietnam. What makes me tick? That is such a great question because we often want to know, why am I doing things? Why am I responding in this way, in this situation, in that way, in something that looks a little different? Or maybe they actually look exactly the same, but you can't figure out why you are responding to different situations in different ways. And I just loved the question. So we're going to be talking about that, what makes you tick. We're also going to be talking about what you are doing here in this lifetime, what I'm doing here in this lifetime. And we're going to be talking about that as well. And good morning, Jill. It is great to see you. We are also going to be talking about what in the world do I mean when I keep saying access your own information, access your own information. And you may or may not know, I spend a lot of time on Facebook and Facebook groups when people are asking questions and they want to have an answer to something. You know, am I supposed to be staying together with this person? Am I supposed to be taking this job? I don't know what to do next. I can't figure this out. And I am repeatedly saying, access your own information, access your own information, ask your soul. Take time to ask your soul. And this is definitely a big thing for me because I understand the more that we can connect with our own information, the more we can understand what makes us tick, what we're here to do, why we're having the very experiences that we are having. So hopefully you will find this of some interest and some value. Good morning, Laura. It's great to see you as well. It is a great conversation about what makes us tick. So what exactly are we doing here? What does make us tick, and why are we doing the things we're doing? And, you know, I'm providing just one perspective. If it doesn't resonate with you, feel free to click off and move on to something else. But from my perspective, we are all souls here having an experience. And when we can remember that when our souls were created, they were created with rose pink quartz. Now, rose pink quartz is a really high frequency. It is all about love. That is the frequency of love. So we were created in love in the very beginning. And we are all having an experience here in this lifetime. We have incarnated in this lifetime. Whether you believe this is the first time or the only time, or you have done it many times before, is completely unimportant. We are having an experience here in this lifetime. Our souls are like that. They just want to have an experience. Hey, you know, I've got some free time. That's kind of how I think of it. Like my soul's going, you know, I got some free time. I think I'll go down there and incarnate on that planet Earth and help the planet go up in frequency. That's what I'm here to do. I don't know that I came happily, but that's what I'm here to do. That's what everybody who is listening to my videos, who watch anything from me, you all are here. The reason why you're attracted to watching my stuff is because you resonate with that idea that we are here to make a difference on the planet. Good morning, Regina, and good morning, Robin. I guess the R's are now coming in. So Whether we are having experiences, we're getting married, we're getting divorced, we're being a truck driver or a farmer or a drug dealer or a politician, or we are, being a mom, a parent, owning a school, it doesn't matter what we're doing. All of those things are experiences that we are having here in this lifetime. And we decided which ones we wanted to have. When we were on the other side, we sat down with our council of souls. Each one of us has our own council of souls. And we sat down and we said, okay, if I'm going to incarnate on that planet, here's what I want to do. And we have this big laundry list. And the laundry list is bigger than we could possibly fathom of things that we want to accomplish. I also include in that list karma that we want to clear, things that we want to heal while we're here. So the only way that we can clear karma is to be in a body. If we want to clear karma, if we want to clear agreements, we have to be in a body. Now, what I mean by that is that we have had previous experiences, previous karma with people here on the planet. So I'm going to use my husband as an example. He usually doesn't mind that I use him as an example. He and I have had previous experiences, previous lifetimes where we have been together. And there are agreements that we made that have been left unchecked, right? That we have not cleaned up, that we haven't had anything, all of it finished. I love that you're like, oh yeah, I've got happy half hour, my wife, and my coffee. It's what is important in life. So we have agreements from previous lifetimes. We agree to come here and have this experience. We agree that we're going to get married. We agree to everything that happens to us, that we're going to have 2 children, that we are going to, live in Florida. All those kinds of things are agreements that we made. And we came here to have those experiences, to support each other, to help clear karma, to help clear agreements between ourselves. That's a great thing. As you clear karma and agreements, you go up in frequency. As you go up in frequency, you're able to move more of the low frequencies out of your body. People are always asking me, like, what about these low frequencies? What are these low frequencies? Pain, fear, I just heard the word drama. I love that. That is a low frequency. If you're somebody who loves drama, not like drama on TV, but you love drama in your life, that is a low frequency. Maybe you want to have more consciousness. You want to bring in more awareness. So unconsciousness is a low frequency. We want to move those things out of our body. That's part of what makes us tick. Part of the reason why we are here in this lifetime is because we want to clear karma and agreements. We want to go up in frequency. This is an awesome opportunity for our bodies and our souls to get more information. Not only have an experience, because we certainly want to do that, but it's an awesome opportunity for us to do big healing and moving out a lot of the crap that we have been holding on to. Just imagine if we were talking about cleaning out that closet, right? That closet that's like 6 feet deep, and there's some crap in the back that you do not want to look at. You don't want to open up those boxes. You don't want to have anything to do with that. But you know that it's going to be good for you. That's part of what makes us tick. Now, the other part that makes us tick is this agreement that we all have made to come here to help clean up the planet. The planet is got a lot of low frequencies. I don't think there's anybody who would deny that, who would think that I was a little crazy in saying that. There are tons of low frequencies here on this planet, and the pain and the fear and the anger, the unconsciousness, the things that are happening in different industries. My daughter works in the mental health industry, the things that are happening in the healthcare industry and politics. We could go on and on, right? All of us have some agreement to work on a particular area of life. Now, I use my daughter as an example to clean up the mental health industry. I know some people who work in the legal field and they're busy working on cleaning up that. But that's more of what makes us tick. That's more of what we're here to do, what we want to accomplish here in this lifetime. Wouldn't it be cool to know that you were responsible for moving more low frequencies off the planet, for getting rid of more anger, for helping alchemize more pain and more fear? It is amazing how prominent that is in the world, not just in our country. And so as we do more of that, as we clean up more, as we bring more awareness, as we bring more understanding to what is happening here on the planet's frequency goes up. So what is this thing I keep talking about, accessing your own knowing? I'm sure there are people that are like, really, woman, how many times can you say that? I love the idea of all of us knowing our own answers, all of us being able to ask our own questions and get our own answers. And what gets in the way of that are these low frequencies that we're talking about, are the pain, the fear, the anger, the unconsciousness that we have, that we took on in service to being here on the planet. We said, oh yeah, I'll go down and I'll be a vacuum cleaner and I'll help clean up, some of what I see there on the planet. But then it stays in us, it's in our bodies. And I know there are people who are like, what? You've got to be kidding me. Is this real? Is this true? And it absolutely is real, and it absolutely is true. Energy is real. And when we understand that energy is real and that those low frequencies that we have in our body are something that we can actually move, we just need to find somebody who can do that. As we move out the unconsciousness, the opposite of unconsciousness is consciousness, right? We suddenly become conscious to who we are. It suddenly makes sense that we are working in the school system. It suddenly makes sense that from the very beginning of your life, you're a little kid and you're like, okay, let's play school, let's play teacher. I'm going to be the teacher, you're going to be the student. I don't know if any of you are like that. I certainly played that for a little while. Maybe the game that you used to play when you were a kid was doctor, and you wanted to be a doctor, and you had the little surgical kit where you worked on your dolls, or you worked on army soldiers, showing me those little green men. Maybe you just constantly were reading books about surgeries and medical issues, and it's just something you have always been called to do. All of us have things that we have been doing our entire life. I know I have a friend who is a pianist who has been playing piano since she was very young. That's what she's here to do on the planet. She's here to bring beautiful, healing music to the planet. There is no coincidence that she started doing that when she was young, and she's continued it all the way through. Now, I'm sure there are some of you sitting there saying, yeah, but I didn't do that. That isn't how I was. There may be some other things that you are here to do. And as we move out more unconsciousness, you start to have more awareness around it. Robin, I love those piano keys. Those are beautiful. As we move out more of the unconsciousness, we then have more access to knowing what we're here to do. Why are we here? What is our purpose here? We look at first the things that we love to do, the things that we've always been attracted to doing, but then we can also start asking our soul, what are we here to do? What are we supposed to do next? Are we supposed to help with in a certain area, or am I here to just be of service to whoever I come across? There are lots of opportunities, lots of different answers for that particular question. As we move more of the unconsciousness out, we have more access to our knowing. I've talked about this before, that claircognizance. Claircognizance is just so awesome. when you just know that you know that you know, it is an amazing place to be, to have a complete awareness that it's like, oh, this is the answer and I don't need anything else. It is a really awesome place to be. So we want to have more knowing. We want to move out more of the low frequencies. We want to find out how can we do more of that. I love that there is a really easy answer that is really complex at the same time. Here's the really easy answer. Two things. You can either talk to somebody who knows how to do that. Talk to somebody who knows how to clear karma and agreements for you. To somebody who knows what to do to help you heal what is out there. The other answer is ask Source. Ask Source Creator God. Whatever your name is for that higher sense, that higher being, ask Source for help. One of the things that's very interesting to me is that I get stuck in how many times can I tell people to ask Source for help before they will say, oh, okay, I'll do that. Because if it were me and somebody told me to just ask God for help, I'd be like, oh yeah, because God's really going to listen to me. Do you hear that? Can you hear that that's a low frequency? That's a low frequency called unworthiness. Why wouldn't God listen to you? Why wouldn't Source pay attention to you when you asked for help? That's a low frequency that we are talking about, another aspect of what we want to move out. So if you find yourself doing that eye roll, I love that eye roll, when I say ask God, ask Source, ask somebody for help. There are a large number of people here on the planet who now know how to move those low frequencies out. They know how to command that. Their soul has been given the information, just like my soul has been given the information of how to move out those low frequencies, how to alchemize them, how to transmute them, how to change them. There are a lot of people here on the planet who now know how to do that. Isn't that cool? But what's extra awesome is that you can do it yourself. You don't have to depend on someone else. You can ask for yourself. You can ask for a healing. You can ask for help. When you notice that there is something going on with you, I woke up this morning and I was once again in that conversation of like, I'm not drinking enough water. I'm drinking way too much coffee. This is what I love. Here's my coffee cup. Here's my water glass, right? I woke up with these things and I was like, I am doing way too much of this. I am not doing enough of this and I'm doing way too much of that. And I just spent the first couple minutes of beating myself up. I should be doing more of that. I know better. I'm a health coach. I need to go to the closet and I need to move out all the sugar and I need to do this. Like I had it all going on, right? I had a laundry list of things that I was going to do the minute I woke up so that I could go in and take care of that. Then I stopped and I realized, wow, that's some of the stuff that is I'm really beating myself up over. I am really swimming in a lot of those low frequencies, a lot of unworthiness, a lot of doing it wrong, not getting it right, not paying attention. There's so many things involved in that. And then I reminded myself that all that is more of that stuff starting to move out. And I can ask Source, can I please have some help with this? Source, can you please move more of these low frequencies out? Source, can you please help me see myself with more clarity? Wow. When we can see ourselves with more clarity, we suddenly aren't quite so harsh on ourselves. We suddenly start to see that that's a frequency that exists in our body. That's not the truth of who we are, and it's something we can actually move. Now, like I said, if you find yourself getting stuck in the like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. This sounds goofy. Why in the world would I be able to do that? Why in the world would Source listen to me? How do I even know that Source is paying attention to me? How do I even know that any of this stuff is being done. If you can practice catching yourself, that is not the truth of you. It is never the truth of you. That, once again, is the low frequencies. And you can ask for help with that. That helps you access more of your own knowing. When you can start to say, oh, wait, I remember Bonnie talking about this. I remember hearing that when I'm doubting myself, I can ask for a healing. Even if it sounds ridiculous, I can ask for a healing. And if I ask for a healing, I can actually see that there's going to be a difference. There's actually going to be a change. And I play this game on a regular basis. I have a patio. I love to sit out on the patio, and I love to dive deep into the ugliest thing I can find about myself. What do I dislike the most about myself? Oh, I can think of a long list some days, right? I sit and I find something that I dislike the most about myself. And then I take 5 minutes, no more than 5 minutes, and I ask for help with that. I literally sit in a chair, close my eyes, and I ask for help. I am seeing myself as really not listening. I see myself as not paying attention to what is good for me for my health. I'm not drinking enough water. I'm eating really crappy. I'm not eating enough salads, whatever it happens to be. Some of us have days where we can dive really deep into what is ugly about ourselves, right? Doesn't matter what it is. It can be something really, oh, I don't like the shape of my lips. Or it can be something really, really deep and intense, a relationship that you're having. But when you sit and you spend 5 minutes and you let yourself be there, notice it, see it for what it is, have that experience. Oh, I am so awful. I can't believe that I would do such a horrible thing, or that I would behave in such a way. And then stop yourself. Ask for the healing. Ask for the help. Ask Source, Creator, God for the assistance that you need. If you know someone who can move out those low frequencies, ask them in your head. You don't even have to actually physically text them, right? You can ask them. You can ask me through the quantum field to help. That's all you need to do. You ask for assistance and then sit for a minute. Give yourself another minute or two to feel that healing starting to wash over you, to feel the shift in how you're thinking, to notice that there is something going on. And if you don't notice that there is something going on, ask for another healing, right? It's an infinite supply of healing is available. It is certainly not like, you're only allowed to ask once every hour, and don't abuse it. This isn't like a game. I've been joking with friends. I've been playing Candy Crush. It's not like you get 5 asks and then you don't get any more asks. It is ask again and again and again and again. And good morning, Alyssa and Hadar and Maggie and Kim. This is really important for us, right? This is how we get more access to our own knowing. This is how we get to know for sure that this is how we show up here on the planet. This is how we tick. The more we can ask for assistance, the more we are willing to sit down and spend just a couple minutes. That whole meditation thing just doesn't rock my world. I don't relate to it. I don't have issues with people who do meditate. I think it is fabulous when you can, but I'm talking about taking 5 minutes and doing a very active mental process, actually diving into what is bothering you most at the moment, and really working that and being willing to ask for help on that. Sitting and knowing that that help is going to come, and looking for where that help is showing up, right? If you are somebody who is clairsentient, there's a lot of people who are clairsentient. They're really someone who feels, often we call them empaths. If you are somebody like that, then sit and feel into your body. Feel where those low frequencies are. Feel where you have that pain and that fear. Ask yourself, ask your soul to show you where those things are, and then listen and notice, and then ask for help. And remember that there's not a certain number of times that you can ask. You can ask over and over and over again. And you can ask Source at one time, and you can ask a friend at another time. You can ask as many times as you need to. The more you ask, the more you clear out those low frequencies, the more access to your own information you have. We all have the ability to have very clear channels, to be able to hear our soul at all times, to be able to tell the difference when our soul is talking to us and when the low frequency of shame is talking to us, right? When that low frequency of shame is talking to us, it's definitely not saying anything that's very nice, but we don't always notice that, right? So we all have the ability to have a clear sense of when we're talking to our soul and when we're not. We all have the ability to have a clear idea of what is next for us to do. I love that it is really that simple. If you are like me and you cruise through Facebook on any of those spiritual groups, you will see that there are a lot of people who are saying, how do I know what to do next? How do I know if I should go back to my husband or if I should move forward? Questions like that are always popping up. And I'm always thinking the same thing. Ask your soul. Ask for your own information. Ask for a healing. I had another person call me this weekend. I was so excited to hear from her. She said that she sat down and she just kept asking for her channels to be cleared. And she kept saying, please clear my channels. Please clear my channels. Whenever she felt like there was something that was getting in the way that wasn't a message of love, she asked for her channels to be cleared. And then she asked the beautiful question of, how can I be more in a space of love for myself? I was just blown away by the question. How can I be in a space of more love for myself? And she waited, listening for the answer. She waited until she had a loving answer that came back. And the loving answer that came back that was very detailed, she probably had 3 or 4 minutes that she talked about the details of it. But essentially it was like, you're right here. I'm right here. You are doing it right. It was a beautiful message and a beautiful example of how we can actually access our own knowing. We can actually do it for ourselves if we're willing to trust that we can get a healing, that we're worth the healing, that somebody is actually listening to us, somebody is actually paying attention to what we're saying. So I really want to encourage you to try it. Be willing to take 5 minutes out of your day, maybe today, maybe tomorrow. Maybe you'll do it every day of this week, and you will actually sit down and think about, what is it that I really want to work on most? What do I most want to heal? And you let yourself see that. Ask for the healing and let yourself see how easy the healing comes in. And if you get stuck, be okay with asking for another healing. Ask for another healing. Ask for your channels to be cleared. Ask to be able to hear your soul more clearly. It's a very easy practice. It's very simple for us to do, but we forget, right? We think this is a whole lot more complex, a whole lot more difficult than it actually is. And so I want to encourage you to play with it. It's okay if you don't want to, and it's okay if you do it and you make a mistake, because there's really no mistakes either. Hey, Larry, it's great to see you, and Maddie, it's great to see you all as well. I have been talking about what makes us tick, what we're here doing in this lifetime, and why it's so important for us to access our own information. I hope you all will explore this and play with it. And if you have a question, please, please, please go to my Facebook page, ask the question, because I am often paying attention. I'm often getting that information and would love to be able to answer that and have more conversations with you. I absolutely adore each and every one of you. I love spending Monday mornings with you, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.